You guys are all having a fantastic day today. Now in today's video, or today's live stream really, we're going to be breaking down some of the positions that we're looking at for our swing trades. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. This is going to be a full beginner's guide on kind of working on strategies, my mindset. So I hope you guys all enjoy this. If you guys have any questions, by all means, ask down in the comments. We have our chat room up and ready to rock and roll. So if you have any questions, ask right now or whenever you think of it. Also, if you guys want to learn more about swing trading in the stock market, I highly recommend going on and checking out our swing trading school, the swing trading masterclass. It's absolutely fantastic. You guys can use promo code HALFOFF for 50% off. The last day of the sale is going to be tomorrow, so check it out right now. And guys, let's jump into this here. Before we do, I just want to make sure we are good to go and there's no audio issues or any issues like that. So if you guys are new, like, subscribe, do what you guys do, and I appreciate every single one of you for hanging out with me. So what do we look for swing trades? So it's super simple, at least for my strategy here. I love finding stocks on some sort of upward trend that have sold off to some level of support. So support could be a variety of things. It could be price support. So an example is if you get a lot of buying pressure at that's just say $1, there's a higher indication where we could see future buying pressure at $1. So all of these stuffs play a very, very important factor on determining if you should buy the stock here. Another thing that we use, or thing that I use, is going to be moving average lines. Moving average lines are super, super cool because they act as trend indicators as well as they act as support and resistance. So super, super cool. You guys can see the stock that we have up and loaded here, Allstate. This was one of our more recent swing trades. So one of the reasons why we took this, welcome. We always have this T01B always joining us from Bangladesh, which is awesome. So welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day today. But so what do we look for? With Allstate stock here, it's super, super simple, at least for this strategy here. We have this nice upward trend. You guys can see this nice trend line, right? And what we want to look for is a stock with about 3 touches on the line, right? 3 touches is going to be kind of like the standard for determining trend line. So as we look at it here, you guys can see 1, 2, 3 forming this nice trend line. Recently, almost actually 4 and 5 right there. But recently we had this great move where the stock went from 161 hitting highs at pretty much about 169. Now, a lot of people love to say, Carter, how do you know confirmation with your swing trades? How do you know? How did you know that there was going to be buying pressure? Well, we have this trend line, which acts as support. We also have the RSI line, which is the relative strength index. This was pretty much trading for near and around 31 on the RSI. The last time it was trading for 31, let's go ahead and look. Last time was all the way, it was all the way back in here where we had this great move from about 98 to about $109. So great trade here. Risked $1 to make $2.71. Great trade. And another thing that we always look for, we don't just buy it randomly. We're looking for confirmation, right? So we have the trend line indicator. We also have the RSI. And another thing that I always like to do is go to the 1 hour chart. The 1 hour chart, you guys can see that when the stock sells off below these moving average lines, what happens? Well, it hits these moving average lines and it acts as resistance. Now, normally it acts as support when a stock gets overvalued, it dips down below it, boom. And now it's acting as resistance, right? You guys can see it hits it. We just get natural sell-off. And then we had this great move where the stock, pretty much broke out, squeezed up above it. So this is a nice confirmation where we get a breakout of that 90-day moving average line. So just from the 90-day moving average line, it went from 165 to almost, 169. Looking back, at previous history, let's look back here. So you guys can see the stock falls below the moving average lines, consolidates, breaks above it, and then goes from pretty much 157 all the way up to 164, if not higher, 174. You know what I mean? So looking for these as possible as entries, confirmations is all super important here. So this is a position we're in on. We did get stopped out on, it's not on here, but I do want to show you guys, being transparent here. We did get stopped out on AMD, what we are looking for. And looking back in hindsight, actually at like the hourly chart, I could have done it better. I'm not going to lie. Looking at the daily, what happened here, we're hopefully taking a trade on the 90-day moving average line, but what happened? It never got that confirmation. It never broke out on that 1 hourly chart. We're hoping for a breakout right here. Didn't happen, continue to sell off. You know, that's the thing about trading. No trader is going to be 100% on the money every single time. No one is. But having good risk management, so having a stop loss in place, near and around like 164, 165, prevented me losing more money, because now it's trading at 152. So, AMD, nothing I'm sure I should have waited for a little more buying pressure on the 90, but it's all a learning game here, you know what I mean? And that's one thing that I love about this. I'm not sure if you guys have checked this out. This is Mastering the Swing. This is a trading journal. So what's cool about this, I'll put it down below, is you get to write out your checklist for your entry. So if you want to find a stock on an upward trend, did it break out on the hourly chart? Describe your setup, draw the setup, your position size, your mindset. I highly recommend this, guys. It's fantastic. It really, really is. And I can even put it down in the description here, because it is super, super worth it. But all right, anyways, I'll do it before we close out. So another trade that we took here was on RYN. We are up a little bit on this, not super, super crazy. You guys can see it dip down, boom, kind of just been selling off a little bit. We did get a good fill here. Looking at this, we've seen tendencies of it getting buying pressure on this price here. It's undervalued on the RSI. Hopefully we can get this squeeze up. We do have this downward trend, so it's something to be well aware of. But we'll see what happens with this one. There is some good separation from that 200, so we could see a nice move going forward here. But I went very, very light with this stock, with this trade, so we'll see what happens though with this one here. Another one is Procter & Gamble here, PG. This is a position that we're up pretty well on. Average cost is near and around the 154 area for a stock trading at 156. Only $2 a share, but hey, profit is profit. So the thing about this one, hit that 90-day moving average line. We did get that squeeze up, sold off, and we just kind of rode it for a couple of days, and then we got this great move the past couple of days. We're up a little bit. Our target price for this is going to be near and around 159. That would be a dream, but trailing stop is going to push us now to 155 is going to be our stop out. But now let's talk about some of the stocks with some sort of opportunity here. So stocks with opportunity are super, super important. So for this one here, for those of you that don't know, and for those of you that haven't been watching, all of my videos, what I've been really focusing on lately is trends, and using trend lines. So that's kind of like not my new bread and butter, because moving average lines will always be my bread and butter, but using trend lines as possible breakouts are super, super cool, and I've been really into them lately. So this is a stock we've been looking at, ticker symbol EDU. You guys can see we have four touch points. What we're looking for is a breakout of 188 to see if we can squeeze up to 98. That would be a nice little trade. It is finding some support on the 90-day moving average line. It's just kind of in this middle ground where it didn't necessarily hit that 90-day moving average line. It just kind of got buying pressure around it. So, but ticker symbol EDU, hopefully we can get a nice push up here, boom, and then we can get a squeeze going up, kind of like that. So another one here is DLR, kind of fell below the 90-day. We're kind of looking at it similar to what it was doing back in here where it dipped down, but honestly, not my favorite setup. Probably won't trade it. We have Shopify here that is just consolidating among the 200-day moving average line. It did find some support here, so we could see a nice move from 69 to 74, kind of like how we traded, or the stock has kind of used it in the past. So, we'll see what happens with this one though, just because the last time we traded it was all the way back in here, and it consolidated for like a long time, like 3 weeks. So I don't know if we'll end up trading it, but it is on that 200-day moving average line. Next one here is ticker symbol RELX here. This one consolidating along these moving average lines. We could see a nice move from 41 to 43, because moving average lines act as very, very good support and resistance. When a stock is above it like here, we get a lot of tendencies getting a lot of support here. So we'll see what happens though with this one. Obviously the 200 days, so the red line is always going to be a harder support than the 90. So it's just something to be, cautious of as well. Next one here is MAR coming in contact with the 90-day moving average line. As of today, we did get a little sell-off here in just the general market, but one thing here is we do see a lot of tendencies of the 90-day moving average line as support, as well as some, we do have some price support here near and around the 235 area. So we could see a nice move, if not a little more selling pressure down to 230 in the 230 range before we get some move up. But you guys can see that it has used it as support in the past where it hits it. But overall, it really loves to use the 200. That's kind of its bread and butter, but it's still something to throw on watch, right? If we get that confirmation of buying pressure, if not a little more push going forward where we could see a reversal, that's where we would enter. Next one here is ticker symbol CX here, as we go and we look at the chart coming in contact with that 90-day moving average line. It's traded it in the past, and if we get some more sell-off here, we could enter. Let's go ahead and do our long position tool. We could enter here, boom, boom, have our target near and around this resistance right here. Our stop loss is going to be about here. So it's about a 3-to-1 risk and reward, which would be pretty good. If we get a breakout of that resistance, it could squeeze up even higher, which would be about a 14% return. So ticker symbol CX does look pretty strong here. NKTX. This one here, what we're looking for is that nice downward trend, 3 touches. Hopefully we can get a nice breakout on that 200-day moving average line. You guys can see very, very close here. If you see that wick, that does represent buying pressure. So we could see a nice move going forward here. So hopefully we can get a breakout of this trend and then it start riding that way. That would be our perfect situation here. It has seen a lot of volatility lately, so something to be cautious of. Another position is FAST here. Starting at a breakdown, we didn't trade this one. And as we look at like the, where is it? Like the hourly, you can kind of see why we didn't. Just too much separation from these moving average lines and just selling off more and more and more. So we didn't end up taking this trade, but definitely was on watch for a while. So next support is going to be near and around the 64 area where the 200-day moving average line is going to be. So, all right, next one is ROL. This one does look pretty interesting, right? We have this nice, what do we have? We have this nice upward trend down to support on the 200-day. We do have the somewhat of an upward trend, went from 31 to 47, sell off down to 40. The risk and reward as of right now, if we hopped in, we set our target price up here. It'd be probably about 2-to-1 risk and reward by the time you get your order filled and your resistance is here. So yeah, about 2-to-1, which is pretty decent. Obviously 3-to-1 is normally the go-to, but we could see a nice move going forward here. So yep, ROL does look pretty good. Next one is MRVL, and if you guys are like, well, Carter, you're going through so many stocks. Well, for all of you guys in the course, I'll take a screenshot of these, or you guys can just take a screenshot of it now. And, this is, and I'll put it in the group for you guys. But next one here is ticker symbol MRVL here. as we look at it, we do have some good price support here. Recent tendencies, getting a lot of buying pressure here. It did get a breakdown of that, of the 90-day moving average line, but does have basic support, basic resistance. Old resistance has tendencies of acting as new support here, so we could see a nice move from like 65 to 73, something like that. Does look good. BX is the next one here. It kind of getting broken down. We did get a little move going forward, but nothing too good here. Next one is ticker symbol CLRB. Kind of just coming in contact with that 200-day. We can see that wick right there. It does represent some sort of buying pressure with the stock here. So could see a nice move going forward. Last one here is ticker symbol EYPT. You guys can see this extreme amount of buying pressure with that wick. So we could see a move from 19 to 23. Does have this downward trend, which is something to be cautious of, but we could see a nice breakout if we can get a push up to like 22, then 27, then we could see these moves going forward here. But yeah, so these are all the positions that we're in on or to have some sort of opportunity. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. But guys, I would highly recommend, if you guys are watching us, make sure you guys go ahead and like and subscribe right now. Like, subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to check out our swing trading school where you guys can learn how to find these stocks and opportunities. And and we're doing a exclusive sale. It ends tomorrow. Promo code half off. You guys can see it right in the chat. Half off for 50% off, and it's absolutely fantastic. So guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed this. We'll end it here. Like, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and